Good day, everyone. Today I will be discussing about human flourishing as reflected in progress and development. Let's start with meta language. SDG or Sustainable Development Goals are life-changing goals outlined by United Nations in 2015 include ending extreme poverty, giving people better health care, and achieving equality for women. A paradigm shift is a significant change in the concepts and practices of how something works or accomplished. De-develop does not tell us to give things up. It is merely about reducing consumption while maintaining happiness and achieving a long life expectancy. It may also be viewed as slowing down. A rapid, a rapid growth is partly wrong because we tend to ignore the laws of nature. Global hectare, a unit of measured productivity used to report both the biocapacity of the Earth and the demand of biocapacity or ecological footprint. The Sustainable Development Goals are the blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. They address the global challenges we face, including those related to poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 goals to transform our world. These are no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduce inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, and strong institutions, partnership for the goals. Paradigm shift. A paradigm shift is a major change in the concepts and practices of how something works or is accomplished. A paradigm shift very often happens when new technology is introduced that radically alters the production process of a good or service. A paradigm shift as identified by Thomas Kuhn in 1962. Thomas Kuhn is, is an American physicist and philosopher. De-development. The de-developing framework is about shifting the idea of development from economic growth to life expectancy and happiness. In this framework, it is aimed to make richer countries catch down to poorer countries instead of the latter catching up to richer economies. Also, de-development is defined as a process which determines or weakens the ability of an economy to grow and expand it from assessing. The idea is that the rich countries should slow down in their consumption so that poor nations can catch up. Dr. Jason Hickel is an economic anthropologist, actor, fellow of the Royal Society of Arts, and also Dr. Jason Hickel's research focuses on global inequality, political economy, post-development, and ecological economics. Forget developing poor countries, it's time to de-develop rich countries. Is an article wrote by Dr. Jason Hickel. In this article, he said in this following. UN's new Sustainable Development Goals is to eradicate poverty by 2030. Extreme poverty is considered as the greatest global challenges in UN's new Sustainable Development Goals. Growth or increasing population has been the main object of development and progress for the past 70 years, even though it is not working. Since 1980, the global economy has grown by 380%. Still, the number of people living in poverty level on less than $5 a day has increased by more than 1.1 billion. At current levels of average global consumption, we're overshooting our planet's biocapacity by more than 50% each year. Growth isn't an option anymore. We've already grown too much. Most of the scientists are now telling us that we're blowing past planetary boundaries at a faster speed. And the hard truth is that this global crisis is due almost entirely to overconsumption in rich or developed countries. Instead of pushing poor countries to catch up with rich ones, we should be getting rich countries to catch them. Our planet Earth has only enough resources for each of us to consume 1.8 global hectare annually, a standard use unit that measures resource use and waste. The theory of development argued by economist Peter Edward that instead of pushing poorer countries to catch up with rich ones, we should be thinking of ways to get rich countries to catch down to more appropriate development levels. 70% of middle and high income countries believe that overconsumption is putting our planet and society at risk. The two indicators of quality of life are life expectancy, living a long life and happiness. Then, how much do we need to live long and happy lives? The development not literally means degrowth or zero growth. To stop moving positively through life, to stop learning, improving, growing, but to reduce consumption of the resources. I am taking cue with the Latin Americans organizing alternatives vision of bien vivir or right living. Edward and Robert Skidelsky wrote the book How Much is Enough, where they lay out the possibility of different interventions such as a shorter working week, banning advertising, and a basic income, all of which would improve our lives while reducing the consumption. Either we slow down voluntarily or climate change will do it for us. We can't go on ignoring the laws of nature, but rethinking our theory of progress is not only an ecological imperative but also a development one. If we do not act soon, all our hard-won gains against poverty will evaporate as food systems collapse and mass famine re-emerge to an extent not seen since the 19th century. So before I end this discussion, I will read a quote wrote by Benjamin Franklin. Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. Truth be told, I would say that not only do they have no meaning, but it would also seem they are impossible to achieve without any growth or progress. I think Franklin is talking about we're talking more to our inner growth and progress. Because if we haven't changed, that is, we haven't improved ourselves or deterred at all from our origin, then what have we improved? Think of 10 things you want to achieve for yourself, whether it be learning something each new day or counting to 10 before exploding with anger. Write those things down and place them by your bedside. Each morning and evening say them aloud. I will learn or I will become. And then repeat the list as you possess a trait. I will do learn or I do learn or I am calm. Even a small progression can be the start of something great. Good luck. Thank you for listening.